Alright guys, Quancredible here, and episode 162 was absolutely insane. Like it was like I can probably confidently say this was one of the best episodes or best like animated episodes, like period. Like I want to say they haven't really done an episode this well since like the devil fight, and like before that there hasn't been too many episodes that were like handled like this good. There's just like so many moments in like the Asta and Dante fight that just looked like uh, that looked amazing. That looked like extremely clean. Um, as far as the actual episode goes, they did adapt like quite a bit more than I thought they like would. I didn't think they'd go this far into the fight, but I mean it makes sense. The beginning of the episode was mostly just like the very preliminary stuff. With Dante setting out, Vonica setting out, and then a little bit of the Heart Kingdom group. Leo, Luck, Mimosa, Noel, Nero, Charmy, as well as Lord Petchka, and I believe Gaja was in the background as well, and they were just like goofing off. I mean, it doesn't really add anything for the episode, but it just kind of sets the actual stage for everything that is to come. Right before they get like ambushed, or not ambushed, but like essentially like Vonica launched somewhat of a surprise attack, is I guess what you could call it, on the Heart Kingdom. In the meantime, Asta had gone back to the Black Bulls base to give them some gifts. And like it's funny because I never really noticed it, but like apparently he was actually just gone for the entire 6 months. Like he never visited them. Just kind of based off of how they kind of talk and how the reunion goes, and how he just literally doesn't know where anybody is. Like he doesn't know that Gordon's, kind of with his family still, learning curse magic, or he didn't even know that Magna and Zora were together doing whatever they're doing. So like it was just interesting to see that he just was, you know, didn't contact them for 6 months. I just thought that was crazy to me. But like as for the actual meat of the episode, that would be Dante versus Asta. And it was funny to me because like when they're just having these conversations, Dante's just like floating outside of the window, and I'm just like, can nobody sense him? Like, like Asta, you have key. Can you not sense this man floating outside of the window? It's one of the things where like the anime definitely filled in a lot of things. How I was wondering how like exactly how things happened. Uh, and this was one of them. Like I figured he just appeared and just like started attacking them, but like no, he like just appeared and like slowly floated the entire base and no one noticed. I'm like, how do you guys not feel yourselves floating? But that I could probably rant about that for a while. But we do get to see Gauche and Henry launch an attack, to which Dante counters it with his presence of the Demon King, and the anime did it such justice. Like it just looks so, like granted obviously you can't see it because it's gravity, but just kind of the after effects of it, how it like crushes the like ground and how everything went down. Like for his first time using it, I really feel like they did a really good job. And then we get like this like next little sequence of like Asta and Dante kind of going at it, which was a nice added touch, because in the manga it didn't really have a lot to it. Like it was kind of very direct in terms of what happened, but we did get a little extra fluff in here, which is always nice, just to kind of see how Asta would have fared. And of course Asta is literally standing like zero chance at all. And it's also we get to see the interaction between Dante and Vanessa, because he does take interest in her because she's arcane, and Dante's like kind of a simp. Like I actually forgot about this part, how he simped super hard for Vanessa. But anyway, after that we do get to see the combination attack between Asta and Gauche, and we get to see like this like Mirror's Brigade Black Meteorite attack on Dante. And this was interesting because in the manga it looked really weird, like how it just all went down. But we do get to see he like went 50% of his powers and just like warped the space right in front of him and just sent Asta crazy ways. And like it's another thing that's cool is actually to see his 50% design. Like when he first transformed and his wings just kind of like blow out of his back or whatever, that his transformation looks so good. And another thing is like he used his gravity to like step on Asta and like bring him down to the ground. And it was just, there's too many good moments in this episode. Basically, during this, we're getting this conversation between Asta and Dante, where we kind of get to see more of Dante's character, like more of his ideals, how he just views humans as like truly evil creatures, and how he really like, he really, I'm not gonna say he enjoys, but I guess he's really intrigued by the more of like the negative emotions such as rage, hatred, destruction, or kind of things along those lines. Whereas obviously, like as we know, Asta, this is like a direct like contrast to how he is. Asta is like, I use all these things for good. So it definitely is kind of cool to see like the like parallels between these two. But to kind of push Asta over the line, he does like use this rock sword to just like impale Gauche, and like this moment just, it was done so well. Like I had really high hopes for this, and I'm glad that they kind of all got met. And then we got like this weird flash of this like woman saying like, you know, my like dear son, and then Asta just goes like full berserk Asta, like devil unleashed mode, and he just goes at Dante. And I really didn't expect to see like them actually fight in this episode. Like I thought the episode was about to go off, but like no, we had even more. And the fight between like Berserk Asta and like Dante was really good. You know, we got to see like lots of clean animation, which is, you know, good for the Black Clover anime. And it even ended up with like Asta finally being able to land a hit on Dante, because throughout the entire fight he was literally never able to even touch him. So he was able to touch him at the very end of the episode. We did get a moment between like Gauche and Gray where, you know, Gray is kind of like really upset that she was absolutely useless through this entire fight. And it's one of those things where, you know, you can only do what you can do. You know, she has transformation magic. She has really no place in a fight like this. So I mean, it's understandable that she would feel just a little useless. As for the previews of the next episode, it looks like we are getting some more stuff with Gray, as well as we're going to get Yami versus Dante, because Yami is going to be here now. It's really funny when you think about it. There's not too many times where we get back from a time skip in a series, and like the main characters kind of just get destroyed by the bad guys. Usually when you just get back from a time skip, the main characters kind of just like wreck literally everything in their path for a while, and then they like run across a little bit of trouble. So it's kind of funny to see how Black Clover did things on this one. All in all, I really did enjoy this episode a lot. If you couldn't already tell, I thought it was really good. In terms of what the episode is, like I thought it was great. Like probably like a 9.5. This is like some of the best animation that we've ever gotten. Only I just didn't give it a 10 is because like, I know what's to like come, so I'm probably gonna save some of my 10s for what's to come. So let me know down below how you guys felt about the episode. Like, did you guys really enjoy the animation, or did you guys just like really like how the fights were handled, or just I'm just curious to know how we're feeling about it. There was an announcement about the Black Clover anime ending soon. I'm going to make a whole separate video about that because it would just make this video way too long if I was going to talk about it here. So look forward to that a little bit later, my thoughts and what's going on with that if you're just uninformed. Aside from that, make sure you guys like the video as well as subscribe to the channel for more Black Clover content. And I will catch all you guys in my next video, which I guess will be a little bit later.